What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, getting down with Fresh Out. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel. Man, I got a story for you here today. But before we get into that with Megan, go wash your ass. Go to freshoutseries.com and pick up a bar of soap or a t-shirt because you don't want to be funky. Megan, I know we were talking about prison and some of the things that you witnessed in there and people you ran across. Could you share with our audience, some of your craziest, prison experiences, because people hear stuff about men's prison, but I've heard women's prison is even crazier and things that go on there a lot of times go unsaid. So what is something that you experienced or witnessed or heard about in women's prison that just kind of like blew your mind?
A lot of the things I witnessed, I guess, would be just like chilling. You're chilling in the smoking section, you're playing cards, whatever, and somebody walks up and they're like, hey, move. You don't know what's going on, but before you know it, the chick next to you, she's just got ripped off the bench and somebody's beating her ass, or like they're making shanks, they're stabbing people. They get down, especially over dumb shit, $20, but I guess probably the worst thing I heard of happening, I wasn't there for it, but there was a lady who got upset at someone else, I think on the medium yard that I was originally on, and she took her stinger, she started boiling water, wrapped a towel around her cup, she let that water boil for like 15 minutes, went to the other girl's cell, and threw that boiling water on her, and her skin just started melting off, right? She slammed her, locked her in her cell. So girl, melting skin comes out with a pen, which she stabs this girl all over the back with this big pen, and it's like sticking out of her back when they carry her away. Stuff like that would happen, especially over money, or especially over women, like another girl's lady.
That's what I heard. I just had an interview with Lady Perp, and she was saying the same thing. Like the drugs and women, girlfriends and stuff like that, some of the biggest things for the drama in there. Mm-hmm. Somebody, hooks up with so-and-so's girl, or so-and-so makes a play or says this or gossip. A lot of that is like the cause of a lot of drama in there, huh?
Yes, it is. It is. The drama gets really dumb in there too. It's not just over dumb things like that. It's like lines in the microwave, or like somebody not picking their shit up out the shower. It gets crazy. And believe it or not, the women are dirtier than men could probably ever be. It's nasty.
And like what way though?
Like things you wouldn't believe. Like girls in the bathroom smearing their body fluids all over the walls, and not cleaning up after themselves. I'm telling you.
What?
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Yes, they get nasty and crazy, and you never know. It's gross.
Oh man. Yeah, because I've never heard of that with a guy, but God, I know in the hole, dudes would make shit bombs and throw them at the guards and stuff like that when they're on one, but I've never heard of nothing like that. I know you were saying some of these cases that you've heard that some of these women catch in there are pretty wild. And I know what you said in women's prison, you have women who may be involved in something with a kid or something, but they're on the yard. What have you heard or came across that was pretty wild, that you couldn't believe how a person could be involved in that and then still act like it's normal?
So there was two people on the medium unit that I was on. One of them, she was hella obese. She's a big girl. And she was in prison for, I think, life, because she had locked her kid in a trunk, and the kid starved and died of heat exhaustion, locked in the trunk. Or people being sexual predators with hot curling irons. Man, all kinds of stuff. And then you got the crazy ladies who got upset at their boyfriends or whatever, chopped their head off and drove around with them in the trunk of their car. Yes.
Yes. You've heard of stories like that?
I met that lady several times, yeah. She actually appealed her case and then lost, I believe, got more time somehow or something like that.
She cut his head off and just rode around it like that?
Mm-hmm.
God.
And in prison, like you can get paid for being a wheelchair pusher for people who are like disabled or whatever. And this girl, she's terrible. She's older. Like people be leaving her out in the middle of the dirt field. They're like, I quit.
Oh shit!
Push yourself home.
And they push her way out there and just leave her.
Leave her, right down the hill too. They don't care. Leave her stuck.
So when you see and you know hear about something like that, and like say for instance like that big girl, and do you try to avoid even having a conversation with somebody like that, or if you've had a conversation, do you like, and you don't know and you find out afterwards, do you look at them crazy, or how do you just like, hey, I don't want to talk to you? Do you try to avoid them after that? How do you deal with that? Like when you find out like somebody had such a crazy crime like that, and it's not something you really want to be around.
I mean, luckily I had never actually spoken to these people, but I certainly wouldn't continue talking to them, you know? I mean, pretty much when you get there, especially if you know somebody on the yard that was there from county, like, they're going to put you up, tell you, like, hey, don't fuck with these people.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, usually you have like it's like a OG in, I guess in the men's prisons, and then in the women's probably like a house mom who kind of like say, hey, blah, 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 and kind of lace you up on like who's who. Because I know like in the men's prison, you know, somebody say, hey man, that guy right there in another prison, he was messing with, you know, homosexuals. So, you know, I'm just giving you a heads up. And you're like, oh, because you're not supposed to be spreading or eating with a person like that unless you're good with that type of behavior. So I don't know if in women's prison they look at it the same, like people are really watching who you socialize with is the same, like, you know, the company you keep.
Yes, they do. I mean, and if you accept somebody like that, you're pretty much just as out as they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
once you've been warned.
Yeah, you just don't fuck with those people. You just don't.
Is there a lot of stabbings in the women's prison?
I wouldn't say a lot. I also would say, like, you know, a lot of the shit that goes on in the max unit, you just don't hear about it. Like they just don't let it out. Like, and they're good at covering it up, you know?
Yeah.
They covered up COVID. You just don't hear about that stuff.
Oh, wow. I know in the last interview we talked to, she was saying that it's pretty crazy, but some of these women actually, you know, when they're on one and they're looking for drugs, they're actually go and violate another woman and look to see if she has drugs.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard of that too?
That was in county. Like, that was beginning steps, yeah.
What?
Hell yeah. People coming in, like...
And they'll check you like that? Like
people thinking you got drugs? Yes. And they're fiending in county? Yes. They'll take you right in the bathroom with their little posse and check you. Yes.
Damn.
Yes. They don't play. Fiends are real here.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Would you say, I mean, what percentage of the population is on drugs like that? I mean, as far as in the prison population?
I mean, if it gets in, you never know who could be doing it, and it gets in.
Yeah.
The higher the yard, the more people use drugs.
Wow.
For sure. And when it comes in, like, everybody wants a piece, but they're taxing you. They're running store game on that shit. You know.
Everybody's trying to hustle. Mm-hmm. Is there a lot of, would you say, like, extortion going on with people like, hey, you know, I know you got this coming in, so you got to look out when they see, like, I know, like, in the men's prison, it's, you know, certain people see, like, this guy is soft and his family got money, because I know a lot of guys try to act like they don't have no money or this and that, so they don't have to deal with the pressure like that. Mm-hmm. Is there a lot of that in women's prison, too?
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of that. Like, and if you got something that somebody else wants and you can't hold your own, then they're going to take it. Mm. Yeah.
So there is a lot of, in a sense, bullying and just pressure to give up something if you can't control. Like if somebody sees that you're living better than them and then they ain't got nothing, they're going to try to. And is it like groups of women doing it together, or is it like usually like, is it like cliques, or just like one person who's kind of like thinks they're dominant, or what the hell? I mean,
I guess it would just depend on the custody level. But mostly, if you got your clique you run with, people probably won't fuck with you. But if you just hit the yard and people know that you're bringing shit in, and I mean, you better like break bread and take the loss, or they're just going to take it from you.
Did you kind of just like stay by yourself, or how did you kind of handle all that? Just like when you've seen all the drama going down.
I mean, I I wasn't in the drugs anymore, but I mean, I spent my time playing poker, gambling.
Okay, so you know, you
Yeah.
got a skill set. I mean, I got a homeboy. He makes like $1,000 a day playing poker on the street.
Yeah.
So you know, if you know how to read people, that's a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. I did that for years.
Is there a lot of poker money going around in there?
Every yard.
Yeah, because I know in federal prison, poker makes a lot of money, sports betting makes a lot of money, and then you got drugs.
Sports betting too, spades too.
Yeah. Oh, they gamble on spades there too.
Yeah.
So wait, they're serious up in there, huh?
Oh yeah.
What kind of money have you seen like on the poker and spade table?
Hundreds. You know, you cash out at the end of the week. So
Yeah.
well, yeah, and especially when people are like, "Oh, I know how to play. Let me sit down." Okay, well, you just got ran, you know, and the poker tables are like 36 people deep sometimes. Like they're long.
Damn.
Like it's serious. Like you're only going around once, maybe twice.
So if you're out, you're out. That's it. Mm-hmm.
And you're out for like, you know, $5 on the first go. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that gambling was that prevalent in the women's prison, because I know like in the men's, it's like usually certain groups have their own tables. So it's like maybe a group of 5, maybe 12 dudes, and they have a bank and they run the money, and everybody like, you know, you got to make sure people on the street pay out and stuff like that. Is it organized kind of similar?
No. So there isn't really like any structure or organization to it like that. It's just like a lot of girls in there, they just got money on their books, you know, so
Okay.
they do what they want with it. But the sports gambling is a little more organized. Like you got your like 4 or 5 people in the yard that are going to run football squares and.
Oh, so they're actually running.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know the women were into sports like that as far as like the gambling.
Oh my God, it's so bad on Super Bowl Sunday. It's like the
What?
most annoying day of the year. Yes,
A lot of money being exchanged, huh?
a lot of money being exchanged, a lot of screaming. Everybody's watching the same shit. Yeah.
Oh shit. That's interesting. Is there you know, have there been any situations like where, you know, in men's prison you have like full blown riots where this clique takes off on this? Is it like that in women? They don't take off like that, huh?
No, but I mean, there's not really any like, there's not like any down loyal cliques with women. You know what I mean? Because mainly, like, before a woman is gonna lose her store and she's gonna lose her privileges and her phone time, she's gonna tell you to go fuck yourself. Like you're on your own.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's no like.
Like ride or die type. Like you gotta
None.
like hit go get your shank.
Yeah. None.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
None.
Yeah, because I know like in men's, when shit happens, like dude, come to the yard, bring a knife, and you got to show up. If you don't show up, you're gonna get booked when everything settles.
I mean, you got the females on like the medium or the max units that got the razor blades in their teeth and their gums right here. They're waiting, you know, but it's normally for their own agendas. It's not for like a group mentality.
I seen that too. How they carry it. I don't know how they carry it without cutting their mouth up, man. They keep down there and spit it out. And it's like
Yep.
quick, huh?
Got to get used to that.
Have you seen a girl get cut like that with a blade?
I saw a girl get cut with a blade that had like dug out a piece of a pencil and then like wrapped the blade like on the sides or whatever.
Yeah.
Like tried to melt it in there or some shit. But I mean, it was day one. Them girls were cutting each other. There's like fights with like, you know, a group of people. Sometimes they're hitting each other with brooms or whatever out there doing yard crew, getting pissed. But
Just wilding out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know in the feds, it's like sometimes you'll see a dude and they'll have this cut right here from the lip, mouth up, and that's like, I forgot what it represents, but it's like if you see that where, I don't know, if I caught you for saying something, but they'll take it and cut right around here by the mouth, like almost like a Joker type
man,
blade cut.
that's serious.
Yeah, it's
I know
it's
the
much
men
up.
get down differently than women, you know.
Yeah. I was always curious about that, like how they click up in there, because like I said, I know the guys is a lot of everybody runs on like packs. So if something happens, you get rolled up, it might be, 30, 40, 100 guys getting locked down for something, and they all took off on the yard.
Not really like in women's. I mean, you got your cliques where like your homegirl runs the store and your other homegirl works in the kitchen and they'll bring you all your shit out the kitchen and then,
Okay.
Like that type of shit, but there's not really unity. It's like, it's sad and it gets pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there you have it. Big Herc 916, Megan, fresh out. You tired of smelling like stinky butt, funky armpits, wash your ass. Go to freshoutseries.com and pick you up a bar of soap.